Hello guys, welcome to my channel. It's Kay with Stitch My Lace, and today you are going to see me style the wig that was inspired by Savannah James. Now, if you don't know who Savannah James is, oh my gosh, she is such a class act. Every time I see her, she looks super polished, super classy, and my client wanted this particular look. So what you see me doing here is actually parting the hair, or the closure, excuse me, down the middle, and she had a money piece in this particular look that I recreated. So I'm just trying to make sure that the money piece is as even as possible on both sides while also making sure that I keep that part as close to the middle as possible. Now what you see me doing here is using the end of a rat tail comb that helps me get a super sharp part. Then I'll go in with my wax stick and a hot comb. Now in particular, I like to use a hot comb, that does not have the guard on it, because it allows me to use the back of the comb to really flatten that section out. Now, please excuse my arms in this video. I do apologize. You are going to see my arms in the way, but I'll get better as time goes on. So please forgive me for now. So here's a close-up of me actually using a hot comb. You see how I'm using the back end of that hot comb to help push the hairs out of the way. That is what you want to do to make sure that you're manipulating the hair and pushing it in the direction in which you want it to go. So what you see me doing here is the second part of the process, which is the curling part. So what's happening here is you'll see me grab my curling iron and I have it inverted upside down to where the clip faces towards the ground. And then I begin to, almost in a wanding motion, curl the hair around the barrel. And I pull it all the way up, let it sit for a few seconds. I release it, let it sit in my hand again, grab a clip, and then I pin the curl. Let's see that in motion again. So we're going to grab the curling iron, invert the clip towards the ground, wand the hair almost around the barrel as you are allowing the hair to pass through the barrel, rolling the hair up towards what would be the scalp if it were a head, holding it, releasing it, and then putting in a pin to then let the curl fully set before releasing it from the pin. So these next few sections are very redundant. I'm pretty much doing the same thing over and over again until I get to the top. Now, once I get to the top of the closure, you'll see my technique that I use to help me keep the volume from out of the closure, because we want our closures to lay flat. However, we still want to get those nice, pretty, big and bouncy curls. And I'll show you how I achieve that look once we get to that section. So what you see me doing here is applying some hairspray and detangling this section, preparing it for curling. Honestly, this is probably my favorite part of the curling process in general because I feel like I can really see the curls starting to come together. And I'm just going to do a quick 360 so you all can see what the other curls look like as they've been pinned up. Super pretty, especially with this color. Then I'm going to part a diagonal section and begin curling. So this first section, I didn't realize it until now. You really can't see what's going on, but I'll go ahead and explain what's going on. And then the next section you'll be able to see. So what I did was I took the curling iron, I smoothed the top down a little bit. And then instead of starting at the very top of the closure, I kind of dragged the curling iron back some to where the curl doesn't actually start until off of the closure. Again, once I get to this next section, you'll be able to better see what I'm talking about. But this is what helps the closure to stay nice and flat so that the curls don't make it into the base of the closure, which is what causes that puffy look, and we don't want that. Same process, you're going to release the curl, pin it up, and we'll go to the next section. So here we are with a better view of what's going on. And since this is the front section, I am going to use my hot comb to smooth the front out just a tad bit more. And once I achieve my desired flatness, I'm going to go with my curling iron, flatten it out just a little bit, and then reverse that clip, go in from the bottom, and curl. Now you see how I am at the very bottom of the closure? That is what you want. You want your curl to sit at the edge of the closure, not on the very top. Now the same method, we're going to allow our curl to sit for a little while, but as we are taking our curl out, you're going to angle it and release it. That way it can sit off to the side, and you see how the closure is flat on top? That's how your curl should look. So here's a close-up of my pinning process. I like to gather my curl, make sure it's nice and neat and in place. If there's any hair sticking out, I will correct it in that motion. Then I will take the pin and place it where I feel it is best. And for this particular curl, I think underneath at the bottom is the best way to pin it. So you'll see me gathering the curl, taking my clip and applying it right at the bottom of that curl at the base to help me set the curl, but also make sure that it is easy for me to remove the curl, or excuse me, the clip once I am ready to remove it. Now, once everything is set and in place, I like to go in with my hairspray and spray the entire unit and allow it to set for at least 15 minutes or so before I remove the curls out of it. So this is what the curls look like after all the pins have been removed. Super bouncy, super pretty. And you can see there's not really any volume sitting at the top of the crown of the hair. And this is after I have already somewhat combed the curls out. Now, my client didn't really want any layers sitting at the very top. So what you see me doing here is manipulating the curls, trying to get them to lay the way that I want to. And a lot of the times, as you begin curling, you'll see that the curls don't lay how you want them to initially. So you'll have to take your comb and your time to place the curls pretty much where you want them to go. And over time, the curls do begin to relax a little bit more. You see me going in with the hot comb, which honestly was unnecessary because it was pretty flat, but that's just me, which is the perfectionist in me. And honestly, it's just unnecessary. Like, don't spend the same amount of time that I spend. I promise you, I spend a lot more time perfecting these curls on these units when a lot of the times only I am the one that can see what I feel like is out of place. Again, what you see me doing here is manipulating the hair a lot because it is not layered. As you may or may not know, layers really do help with the styling process. It helps for the curls to really fall in place without too much effort. And I just wanted to give the illusion of layers because I just like for my units to look a certain way. So here is the final look. I really do hope that you all enjoyed this tutorial and you learned something. If you did, please let me know down below. And if you have any requests that you want to see, also let me know that down below. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you have not done so yet, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.